Hey everyone, welcome to our Tuesday night team connection family grow call thing. Really need to write down what we're actually calling it, or maybe just decide what we're actually calling it. Hey, welcome to September. It's September. It's September. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. It's so lovely to see all of your faces. And so I will say what I typically do. If you are not in the bathtub, if you could please turn on your camera, I would love to take a quick photo. If you are in the bathtub, please leave your camera off, and we love you just the same. All right. Oh, hold on. We got somebody else coming in. I know, it's just so funny. Anyway, camera's on, everyone's smiling, and 1, 2, 3, cheese. Awesome. Thank you guys so very much. We love you however you are, whether it is no makeup, hair up, whatever. We do love you in the bathtub, but we are water adverse here on this because sometimes things happen. Bad things happen to good people. How about that? And we're close, but we just don't need to be that close. Anyway, guys, September. And you can tell that I am here in my office at home. I'm not in Mexico. Do you know why? Because I knew I had to come to a team call. That's just what, no, just totally kidding. Totally kidding. I am dying a little bit inside, just a little bit. All of my Jewel sidelines and one of our very own, Jimmy Lou Born, is in Mexico right now, living up the good life with Plexus, spoiling her so much. We chose to not go this year. Guys, it was like the hardest decision ever, but I'm pretty settled with it. And I'm so thankful. And I tried to write a post about it tonight. I totally didn't come out the way that I wanted it to because there was no hand motions and you know how I am. But here's the thing. Plexus generosity can be enjoyed by all, even if you are not on the receiving end of it. So I would really encourage you guys to go and watch the stories of the diamonds who are in Mexico, the sapphires, the emeralds, the people that are there. Go watch their stories. Watch their stories of the bathrooms, because you know that everyone is going to take you on a tour of their bathroom because the bathrooms are one of the best parts. If you've ever been on a Plexus trip before, the bathrooms are amazing. I know it seems really stupid, right? But it's not stupid because the bathrooms are amazing. You guys, this generosity is for you too. It is for everyone. And so even though I am not there, I am taking it in and I'm looking at how incredibly generous our amazing company is, how they are spoiling everyone, and they want to do that for you guys too. And so my hope in doing these awesome calls with you guys is to shine a light on that hope and to magnify that hope for you guys, that you can actually take hold of it and realize that there is a piece of that pie waiting for you. It's like the eternal pie. Like there's enough sun for everyone. And I want to encourage you guys that there is no one here that is exempt from the generosity of Plexus. If you choose, you can learn the things that you need to do in order to be wildly successful beyond your imagination. You can be successful with this business. Hey, we have an amazing product of the month this month, and I have to kick off the call just by talking about this a little bit. So I would love to know from you guys, what is your favorite way to have Plexus Lean? Now, these are the 7-day packets. They come, this is 1 serving. You can get these guys off of the NFR, but in order to get yourself the product of the month, you want to go to your Canadian side or your American, depends on who you are. If you live in the States, just disregard me saying the Canadian side or whatever. You want to put in a bag of Lean into your cart. Chocolate or vanilla, it doesn't matter. But when you add a bag of Lean onto your 100 PV subscription, you will receive 50 bonus perks credits next month. Yes. How do you guys like your Lean? I want to know. Always. Sherry's saying always. What is your favorite way to enjoy Lean? I should say that. Can you guys unmute and talk? I'd love to hear. How do you like it best? Ice and water, Amy? Awesome. I like it really cold too.
Coffee and ice
Ooh,
with the
Yeah.
vanilla.
yes,
Tastes like an ice cap.
right? I bought, now maybe this is like, I'm not meaning to like commit heresy here, but I bought the little instant coffee sticks from Starbucks because I don't drink coffee. And I thought I can do like just a little bit in so that I can have one of those. It's such a nice treat every now and again. Hey, love chocolate lean with oat milk and banana. There you go. That's the oat milk. I have you. But the banana, I just cannot do banana. Everybody else in the world probably can. I am like one of those weird people that just cannot banana unless it's in banana bread. If you're making me banana bread, I'm totally good with
I've personally never had it, and this is Christina.
Okay. So maybe this is the right month to do it. Because if you add it on, and guys, if you don't know this, if you look on, now I don't have one within reach, which is bizarre because I always have everything within reach, but lean, every time you purchase a bag of lean, they will give the equivalent number of meals to however much you buy to someone in need through Mary's Meals, through Food Banks Canada, through Feeding America, like depending on where you are, they feed people. So if there was ever a good reason to feed yourself something really nutritious, Plexus turns around and gives and gives and gives and gives. Amazing. Sherry says she likes the best ice cold, any milk and ice blended.
I like mine with almond milk and peaches, frozen peaches, and
Ooh,
collagen in it.
yes. Yep. That is a winner right there. I love mine with peaches too. I do vanilla and I do coconut water and I also add in collagen, but I like peaches and mangoes in there because I'm such a mango person. That's awesome. Yes. And I actually found before Hydroplex came on the scene, that was the only way I was really getting my collagen in. So collagen is another one of those things. It is coming to Canada. We love our collagen. Collagen is amazing. If you guys haven't done any research on that, I'd really encourage you to. But yeah, the great thing with lean though, is that if you know somebody who has a hard time getting in enough calories in a day, it's a great replacement instead of like Ensure or Boost. That stuff has so much in it that is not good for you. And especially if you've got someone who is nutrient deficient, you want to make sure what they're getting is the best of the best. I love to give it to my kids. If they're needing a quick breakfast going out the door, shake up a lean, go for it. My daughter, Ella, loves 1 scoop of vanilla and 1 scoop of chocolate. And that's, if I'm going to have chocolate, I do 1 and 1. It's divine. Yes. And absolutely, it is giving month. And this is like, yeah, this is the best way to give back because, yeah, you're feeding yourself something good. Sorry.
How much is the lean?
Does anybody know? Because I don't. No idea. You'll have to go to shop in your back office and take a look and add it to your subscription. Leona is saying we love Frappuccino from Starbucks. We make it with ice, cream, a dash of vanilla, the real stuff, a bit of agave syrup. Starbucks is sweeter. That's how her kids like it. That's awesome. Amy, water, frozen blueberries, frozen avocados. I have yet to try it with avocados. Fantastic. I also really love using the chocolate lean for protein balls with peanut butter or any kind of nut butter. So good. So good. Like to the point that they don't often end up in bars or balls. I tend to eat them. And that's really too bad, right? Because like too much of a good thing is usually not a good thing. So anyway, Nicole is saying $39.85 for Canadian ambassadors. That's fantastic. Absolutely amazing. And for Americans, no, I can't tell you because this price list is really old. Oh my goodness, it is really old. My price list is as of 2018. We need new cards. I just like the product cards because they're really pretty. But wow, time marches on. Hey, I was just thinking, I'm like, my goodness, we've been open in Canada for a really long time now. We can't eat like 3.5 years. Like, can you believe that? Amazing. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. That's totally fine. Just some of us have been here for just a breath. So yeah, awesome. Okay. So we want to talk tonight about what is going on this month for ambassadors, what's going on for you, and how this is going to impact your business. Because September, I think, is going to be a phenomenal month. Plexus has again set us up brilliantly well. I love how they adjust. Don't you guys love that? Like, they might have a plan. Of course, they always have a plan going forward. And then they like check out the field and see how everybody's doing and kind of where the temperature is at. And then they're like, okay, you know what? We need to tweak this here. They don't just keep going ahead with the regular plan. They're like, what is going to be best for us and the ambassadors? Now, as you guys know, we were supposed to roll out a new VIP program as of the 1st of September. It was not ready. Guys, this is one thing. If you are brand new to Plexus, I want you guys to understand this. Plexus does it right always. And if for whatever reason there is a glitch somewhere in anything, they will always make it right. And they go to the nth degree to make it right. It's hands down, after 7 years of being here, I cannot think of anything that they haven't been able to rectify. It's just amazing. So Plexus decided that they are going to hang back on the VIP program just until they have some more kinks worked out. I'm so thankful for that. But in lieu of that, they've done some really neat things. So the first thing is all preferred customers are getting ambassador pricing right off the hop for their first purchase. You guys, if you are worried about putting somebody in the wrong bucket, right? People who don't want to do the business, people that do want to do the business, people that really don't want to get an exorbitant amount of emails about something that they're not interested in, put them as a preferred customer. They can always upgrade. You know, once the VIP program happens, they get a shareable link, all those things. So preferred customers. Now, preferred customers do not get welcome packs. So if you have somebody that you're thinking, well, maybe they would be better as an ambassador because blah, 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 you can give them a welcome pack. Here is the thing that you're going to want to consider when you're bringing people on this month. If somebody you think down the road is going to want to take advantage of our Fast Start program, which is extra bonuses, and they're not quite ready to start sharing yet, sign them up as a preferred customer. When the VIP program rolls out, they will have the opportunity to purchase a welcome pack. It's going to be great. They will give all existing preferred customers and new VIPs 30 days to purchase a welcome pack. It's amazingly generous. And then when they start sharing their shareable link that they will only get when the VIP program starts, then they can upgrade to ambassador, okay? But we typically start most people off as ambassadors anyway, so it's going to be your choice. Like this is like ambassador's choice. However you want to start people the best way possible, that is up to you. If you're not sure, talk to your upline. They would love to help you out. They would love to help decide what the best process is going to be. Because right now, signups for ambassador memberships are $1. $1. And I don't know if I can say this on here. I think I can. We are not supposed to have to use the SIN number or social security number. I know that the social security number is not necessary in the States, but for whatever reason, we're having a little bit of a tech blip on the Canadian side. And so from Deb Porsche, our regional sales manager, she has told us to just put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So that's because for whatever reason on the tech side, we can't skip that. And it's not a big, massive issue right now that they want to fix. They need to spend their time getting the other kinks worked out. So that is the plan right now. All right. Yeah. Okay. So that's that. The next thing is when people sign up with a welcome pack and membership, they get a free bag of active. You guys, who wouldn't want to start with active? Like, get everybody on board with active. Like, even if it's triplex and active, guys, this is so smart. Do you know how smart this is? Like, do you know how smart Plexus is? Let me tell you how smart Plexus is. The chances of people falling off meaning like, not like falling off the face of the planet, but choosing to stop using Plexus is so slim, so small. Man, guys, this is not good. The puns are rolling tonight. If somebody decides, or the number of people that decide to stop their journey when they start with 4 products or more is so minuscule, they don't even have numbers for it. It's very, very low stats. If they start with 3 or less, the chances are much higher that they won't continue. But if they start with 4 products or more, guess what active has in it too? Vitamin B. Guess what helps with detox? Vitamin B. Guess what's also a really great immune support? Active. Guess what you can feel the difference in like the first time you take it? Active. And it's so great because then you can choose to have them try it with their Slim or without their Slim or whatever. It can also be another hydrating thing, right, guys? It's so amazing. So if you're in the US, they get a free bag of pineapple lemongrass active while supplies last. And in Canada, you get a bag of peach mango active. That's 15 sticks. How incredibly generous. And you guys, they're still getting perks, right? When they sign up, they get perks points. So they're already earning free product. Can you imagine somebody who's starting right now, if they started with a large pack and they got a bag of active and they're earning perks and like, my brain is exploding. So many amazing things. And that's not all. That's not all. Because they thought of you guys. Because even though y'all are going to cash in massively on this, because you're going to go find all of the people in your life who want to start their journey to health and happiness, you would like something in your pocket too, not just bonus money. Because I mean, bonus money is great. We've still got our 369 incentive going on, where when you sponsor 3 people with a qualifying order as a customer, which I believe is 100 and let me double check, guys, 2 seconds because I have it right here. I'm looking, somebody else have it before me. 140.35 before tax Canadian. If they are just a PC and they have a combo, as long as it's 140.35 or they're a retail customer, they count for sprints and for the 369. Okay. So either they're ambassador with a welcome pack or they spend 140.35 before tax. And like, so that would be product total before tax, shipping, all those things. You guys are going to get, so $300, 6, $200. So that's stackable. So that's 300 and 9, another 200. So that's $500 US, which comes out to, that's not my calculator. $640 Canadian. All right, $500 American, 640 Canadian. And that's not including all the bonuses that you would be getting on there as well, the welcome pack bonuses or any promotion bonuses. So if you haven't gone silver yet, if you're brand new to sharing and you bring 3 people on and you get your silver bonus of $100 plus you get the 100 from 369, guys, it's just, there's so much money to be made. There's so much on the table. Now, money may not drive you. I'm totally fine with that. That's totally cool. But I know that there are people around you that it does. So don't be afraid to reach out to the people around you to tell them, hey, I know that September can be an expensive month with getting kids involved with things or what have you. Depends on the trail of life you're on. As far as for us, it's like, oh, look, school fees and like all of the things. September just tends to be a really expensive month. And so these things can really, really help. So not only that, but we have an amazing program called Success Sprints. And Success Sprints basically just kind of put chocolate sauce on the compensation plan or caramel, depending on what your fancy is. I don't know. I'm more of a caramel girl myself. But when you hit a certain amount of sprint credits, and you can look this up in your back office, it's on your main page. When you open up your virtual office and it says my dashboard, you can scroll down to the bottom to see where you're at with Success Sprints. If you do 369 every month, you will earn enough sprints, but they're doubling the credits this month. I don't want to say it too loud because maybe they'll hear us. They'll hear us and they'll realize that they were crazy. But I'm so excited about it because there are so many amazing prizes that you can earn on top of our already ridiculously lucrative comp plan. Does anybody else look at some of these prizes and kind of go, they know they pay us, right? And they don't just sort of pay us. They really pay us. They pay us super well. And now they want to give us like jewelry and getaways and cash or a massage gun or what? Like Carrie would say, what the what? She's not listening to me. It's fine. It's fine. So doubling Success Sprints credits. If you guys feel like you are not in a place where you can get to that spot that you wanted, now is the month. Don't let a single day go by without committing to figuring out this plan with your upline within the next 2 days. And it can happen. So exciting. There's also a lot of documentation in the back office on this. In the resource library, if you click New Ambassador Start here, you will find it, all the incentive stuff. Everything is in the back office. I'm so glad for that. Sherry, do we want to say anything about this so far? Because this has been so great. You need to unmute yourself, but I know that what you're saying has high value. You're still muted. I can't hear you. Why? I have no idea why, but for whatever reason, I cannot hear you. Hold on. I think I'm good. Try muting yourself and unmuting again. Try. No, but it's got your little face highlighted. My goodness sakes.
I can't hear her either. So maybe it's a microphone issue on her end.
I was going to say, are you in the same house? Because that would be an issue. Sherry, go out and come back in again, because we're going to want to get your take on this. So guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, we are going through John Maxwell's book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Now, this is the workbook. I think my book is upstairs, but I would highly suggest that you get this workbook. It is phenomenal. It does not have all of the content from the book, but that's okay. So the way I'm choosing to do it is I'm listening to it on Audible once or twice, because we're doing 1 chapter a week, reading it, and then going through here. So I'm getting a lot of layers. You can choose to do that at whatever speed you'd like. We are actually on the law of navigation. We were this last week on the law of navigation. And it is so good. And now at the beginning, and please don't skip this, because at the very beginning, it does a 21 laws of leadership evaluation. And it's so helpful. And I've gone through this book multiple times, so I've got multiple evaluations, which is kind of fun because you can see where you've grown. Yeah, last week was the law of navigation. Anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. And I have just been thinking about this whole navigating thing all week long since we did this. It's an hour-long study, and you can just come and listen if you want to. But Sherry, are you able to talk now, maybe? No, I don't know what's going on. I'm so sad. I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear her?
Does it work now?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Yay! What'd you do?
Unplug my microphone.
Oh,
I don't know.
who knows?
Was having a
Anyway.
moment.
Excellent.
Anyway, I'm sure you said all the good things about the 21 laws. I am so excited. I just said to somebody the other day how excited I was going through this book again and hearing the input from the people that come and listening to different perspectives and how much value that was really adding for us all. So I'm loving it.
Yes. And like, it really does add another layer to it, listening to what other people are taking away from it, because they all make me think, and nobody's brain works exactly the same. And I've like so much value. And there's actually a couple of you guys who have brought, or who've been sitting in the same room as your husbands as you're watching. So we've even gotten some of their ideas and their thoughts in on it. And that has been super fun too. Super fun. So if you don't have the book, come on Saturday. If you're waiting for it in the mail, come on Saturday. If you feel like you're too behind, just come on Saturday and you'll work it out. Because guys, there's 21 laws. So if we're only covering a law a week-ish, because there's some we're going to like kind of scooch together nearer the end, we're going to do this all the way to Christmas. So you've got a standing coffee date on Saturday morning where people want to see your face and hear your input on the 21 laws. This is also leading into the 5 levels of leadership, which is so crucial to running a business. Guys, this is university. This is like Diamond University right here. And Sherry, by the way, is phenomenal at leading this. She is a certified John Maxwell coach and speaker. So we're so thankful. Besides that, I mean, like, you know, she's amazing too, but we're extra thankful. No, just kidding. We're extra thankful because of that. No, she always has amazing insights for these studies. So I'm just so extra thankful for her and what she's adding. It doesn't count if you highlight everything in the book, so just try not to. It's hard. Save some words to highlight for the next time you do it, but it's really, really great. Yeah, anybody else have anything? Oh, Cody is saying, I have to fight my hubby for the book. I'm really enjoying this book club, and apparently so is Rudy. I think it's the best book club I've been to in a very long time. That's great. I'm so glad. We unfortunately kind of got out of the habit of doing it as a team, and I'm so glad we're back in because I don't know, there's something that happens when you learn together with others. Yeah, your connection just gets deeper. So
Could someone let me know how much the book is so I can get my hands on it?
It depends on where you're going to buy it from, because if you take a look on Amazon, you should be able to find it. But do we have the link in the Leader Lounge?
Yeah. So the link to the audio, actually, it's the link to a YouTube is in the Leader Lounge. So you can listen to the book totally for free if you want to. Look it up on Amazon. We're basically working out of the workbook, but most of us are actually loving the idea of having the text as well. So you can take your choice about how you choose to dip your toes in or immerse.
Yes.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Yeah, so that was the law of navigation. It's fantastic. So I actually am going to revisit the concept of process, because that was the law of process that we did 2 weeks ago, last week. How's that? Process came before navigation. It was great. I promise it will still be great when you come next time. I promise. But I wanted to encourage you guys, because I don't know if you have ever felt this way before. Maybe I am the only one who sometimes feels like, because this, pick an adjective. I don't know if this is actually an adjective or not. Job, side gig, hobby, pick whatever Plexus is for you. Because it is not demanding of your time in such that you have to go into an office outside of your home, drive there, get prepared. Like, we love the flexibility that Plexus is, right? Pants optional, like you would never know, right? I'm wearing a shirt, that's all you care about. Pants are optional. Actually, my husband always says, he's like, they will cheer for you when you put on pants. I'm like, sweetie, they cheer when I don't have pants on. It's great too, right? Because they don't know. Anyway, but because we don't have to do this as a typical, brick and mortar business job, whatever, it's not like Trisha going off to teach, right? She has to show up. There are students there. There are people to talk to, right? It's just you and your phone. Sometimes, for me anyway, probably not for any of you, but sometimes other people's priorities get in the way of what I want to do. I don't know if you've ever felt that way, but I would love to know in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you have ever felt like other people's priorities far outweigh your business and they kind of run over the time and the intention that you've set for your business. Okay, we have a few 1s in the comments, just so you know. So I'm not completely alone. And so this whole concept of the rocks, the pebbles, and the sand came back into my mind today. And I really want to revisit that with you guys, with the idea of the law of process that we were talking about in the John Maxwell study. And what I love about what John says immediately in the study is leadership develops daily and not in a day. So it is a process, but you actually need to be intentional with it. So let me go back to the rocks. So you guys ever heard that illustration about fitting things into a jar, a mason jar? And the idea where you've got sand, you've got some little pebbles, and then you've got some big rocks. And if you put them in the wrong order, not everything is going to fit in the jar, right? So if you started with the sand and then you put the pebbles in and then you tried to cram the rocks in, no matter how hard you press down, it's possible that not everything is going to fit into that jar. The best way for you to fit everything that you need to in that jar is to put those big rocks in first. And then maybe you kind of shake them around a little bit and you add some of the pebbles and you gently keep shaking and they fall in where they're supposed to go. And then it looks like it's almost full, right? And then you put some sand in and you shake it around a little bit. And you know what's crazy about that? That jar can seem really, really full. But don't you know you could fit water in there too? Isn't it crazy how that works? And our schedules work the same way. And part of being successful with your Plexus business is to know what those big rocks are on the Plexus side, but also to know what the big rocks are in your life. So let's, for example, I will use my life as an example because I'm here. You're all here too. If anybody wants to be an example, go for it. But for me, I've got some rocks. I have 4 rocks. Their names are Ella, Lauren, Lucas, and Addison. So I've got 4 kids who need to get to school and back. There's special time that I want to make sure that I'm spending with them in the mornings. That's a rock because that's a non-negotiable for me. I have my devotional time in the morning. That's a rock. That's a non-negotiable. That needs to go somewhere. Absolutely. Right? If it's days off with my husband, that's a rock because I want to make sure I'm putting time for him. Right? And I'm just going to say this to you guys. If you have the illusion that your leader is always working, they're not. And if they are, they need to stop that. But somebody was asking me today, actually, and I won't call them out here because I think it's a great question, but I just won't. It actually wasn't today. It was a couple of days ago, oddly enough. They asked me, how do I deal with the notifications on my phone going off with having a bigger and bigger team? And you know what I said? And guys, how many years have I preached this? Like eons. This device here, I want to introduce you to my phone that is always in my hand, almost always in my hand, or close by to me, unless I lose it and then my Apple Watch finds it for me. But this thing never makes a sound unless there's an alarm on it. Drives my husband crazy because he texts me and sometimes I don't get it. But this device does not make any noise because I see it a lot. And if I'm working, I will be in those places where people need to get a hold of me. But it keeps me focused on the spaces that I need, those rocks that I need. I don't have dings going off because somebody's pooping their brains out and detoxing when I'm supposed to be hanging out with my kids, right? So I would encourage you guys to learn how to, number 1, mute chats. Brilliant gift to yourself. Number 2, you don't need to get notifications on every group that you're in. It will feel like Plexus is flooding your sanity. It's okay. You don't need to get notifications. Just remember to check in, right? You do not need to answer every text or every phone call that comes in unless you are working. It is okay to protect that time, okay? So when that is a rock, then you can jump into there. But until it's a rock, no. So what I'm encouraging you guys to do is to just grab a pen right now and think about tomorrow. Think about tomorrow, because we've talked about our why before. If you guys weren't with us, I think it was 3 weeks ago that we were really, really pressing into our why. If I haven't put it up in the Leader Lounge, if you just go to my YouTube channel, all of our stuff is there. Just listen to it. It's all dated. I have somebody who is on here tonight who was telling me that they were going back to 2018 and loving the calls. And I'm like, well, I'm glad that we were still relevant back in 2018 to today. That's very promising. So I appreciate that, that encouragement. But I want you guys to think about the rocks in your life, the things that are absolutes. And I want you to write them down. You could take a couple minutes right now. So for me, I'm writing down driving to school, because driving to school for me takes a decent amount of time. Driving to school in the morning and back, and then I have driving to school in the afternoon and back. what else did I say? I said I had my devotions that I do before. I'm committing to changing my physical health. So working out, I know for Diana, working out is a big thing for her. And she is so great at time management, you guys. She's either on like a call on her treadmill or she's doing personal growth on her treadmill. Like she is fitting stuff in. So I'm going to put in working out because that's a rock, because it's really important to me. It might not be that important to me when I'm trying to wake up at 5:30, but I'll tell you now, it is actually important to me today. So working out, devotions, driving to school. Maybe you guys have a job, like Trisha will say, well, my rock is between, whatever time I get to school in the morning and whatever time I leave, like that's a boulder in my life, right? Like that's not going anywhere. And so now once you've got those rocks in there, depending on where your plexus journey is, maybe you have said to yourself, you know what, I really want to make this work. Like, I really want to make this business work, and I'm willing to commit a certain amount of time every day to my plexus business. And so I'm going to suggest that you make some of those maybe medium-sized rocks in your day, and things like things that are going to grow your business, like reach outs, messaging people and asking them to take a look, or inviting them to take a look. Now, this is not cold messaging, you guys. If somebody knows you exist, it is not a cold message. We don't want you guys being gross or weird. That's not the whole plan here. But messaging people, reaching out, asking people, inviting people to take a look at Plexus, that is one thing that we need to do in order to grow our businesses, right? Posting on social media. That's another medium-sized rock, right? Now, all of these things could get clumped into one rock if you have a longer period of time to do it in, but maybe you choose to add some medium-sized rocks throughout the day. Maybe Nicole says, you know what, I know that my audience is the most active on Facebook and on Instagram first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. I know that's the moms are kind of getting their kids off to school, and they're, who knows, maybe they get 5 seconds on the toilet. I'm not sure. But maybe she says 7 a.m. is the time for her audience. So she's going to have a post ready to go for 7 a.m. And maybe she's going to take 15 minutes before that post goes up. And she's going to go and like and comment on a bunch of people's stuff. You can take as much time or as little time as you want. I would say the maximum amount that you want to spend doing that is about 20 minutes. You could spend 10, see how it works. But you only want to go and like and comment or interact with people's stories and posts who are plexus, not non-plexus people. You don't want to spend that time awakening your algorithm to talking to a sideline, because then that's not going to give you the right result. So Nicole is going to do that. She's going to already have had her post done. Maybe that's a rock that she's chosen to do from the night before. Maybe there is a point in your evening where you're like, hey, I'm done talking to people for the day. My brain is done talking to people, but I can look for content, or I can write content, or I can think about what I want tomorrow to look like, right? I heard somebody falsely say, and I will say falsely, like in gigantic neon flashing lights, that content creators, that's not really a job and that they shouldn't get paid to create content. I was like, are you crazy? Do you know what a content creator goes through in a day to actually put if you want something cohesive and you want something pretty and they've got to swipe up and somebody's just gone to the trouble of putting links in and all those things, guys, that person has dedicated their lives and time to doing those things. It does not just happen. So I had a little chuckle on that one. And I see your time, and it's so precious. And that's why I want to have these conversations with you guys, because I do believe that you can scale your Plexus business from 15 minutes a day, possibly at the beginning, to anywhere between 3 and 4 hours a day. I mean, you could do more, but like Alec Clark, our president, says, if you are working over 40 hours a week on your Plexus business, you're missing the boat. That is not the way that it's supposed to be. Now, there are seasons. If you are like, I am going diamond in 5 months, maybe you want to put in 40 hours a week. I don't know. It's totally directly proportionate to what you want. So content creation maybe in the evening so you can get that post out in the morning. Maybe that's for people who are working full time. It's easier to get that post together in the evening, send it out in the morning, and then just keep on keeping on. Yes, Diana, we are still doing guided sharing on Wednesday and Fridays. So that will be tomorrow morning. And if you want, you can sing happy birthday to Nolan because it's his birthday tomorrow. And he's home. I'm sure he'll love it if I parade him in here and get y'all to sing him happy birthday. So you want to make sure that you're posting. That is one of those things. Showing up on social media is free advertising. It is a free vehicle for you to advertise your business. Yes, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So posting is important. Messaging is important. Those are those two. And then you want to kind of fill in the cracks later on in the day, maybe with follow-up, right? You might want to follow up with somebody who maybe just got their product. Maybe you want to follow up with a couple people that you talked to, a couple days before to see if they've gotten a chance to try the sample you left with them or watch the video that you sent to them late last night or all of those things. And I will say, and I've said this before, does anyone agree with me that they get to a point in their business, and I swear it's like somewhere between gold and senior gold, where nobody wants to talk to you until it's after 11:30 at night? It happens. I do not know why. It's a phenomenon. So if you get to that point, just be like, oh, I'm growing and I'm getting to a new point. This will not last forever. It's okay. It does not last forever. Trust me. So those are things that you need to do in the day in order to grow your Plexus business. Another thing that you probably need to do, and it might be a pebble that you kind of work in, right? This might be pebbles or sand, would be something like this, right? It's necessary, right? It's still got to go in the jar. Personal growth is a huge thing. We talk about Plexus as being personal growth with a comp plan. This is what it is. And what I love about this gift of this business is it's not just for you, it's for your family too. I am a far more balanced individual, not just thanks to Vital Biome, but hey, shout out there, but to personal growth. I lead my children better. I'm a better mom. I'm a better wife. I'm a better friend because of what I learn through this business. Guys, you would pay out the yin yang for courses on stuff that we do together. This is no cost to you. You get to come, you get to learn, but you will only get out of it what you put into it. So if you're only able to put in a really small amount, that's great. We want to meet you where you are and support you that way. But if you can put in a lot, you will get a lot too. However, don't forget the big rocks. You can't just fill it all with sand. You can't just fill it all with personal growth. You actually need to do some of those actions. So you've got your rocks, start thinking about some of those pebbles. What's a pebble? Like maybe a pebble is grocery shopping. Like, yeah, I've got to get to the grocery store at some point in time today. Maybe I can fit that in between here and here. Now, unless you're Sherry or Amy and the grocery store is like 2 and some hours away, that might be a rock. But you're probably going to fit some personal growth in there and maybe even some voice messaging along the way or some phone conversations. And so that's just beautiful. Everything is figure outable, you guys. And in fact, the people I find that are really successful with this business are really, really, really busy people because they seem to understand this concept of rocks, pebble, and sand because they're already doing it. And they figure out where they can shuffle it in and where they can see. And there's the prime candidate right there. Cheryl, welcome. Hi. Cheryl's picking eggs right now. Cheryl has an organic chicken barn. Cheryl really understands the ideas of rocks, pebbles, and sand because she's picking eggs and she's listening to a team call. The eggs are a rock. The team call is a pebble, and she's going to figure it all in at the same time. And I love it. So thank you for being here and always being a great illustration. Does anyone have any questions about how this could fit into their life? How you can actually put skin on this? Anybody at an impasse? Because we would love to help you. The other thing I'm going to just slide in here is the Plexus smorgasbord. Okay, the Plexus buffet. Who all gets text message notifications for training with Plexus? If you do not, please go to my account and check to see all the things that you're signed up for. Take the text messages, because even I forget. And I love the little reminders where it's like, hey, this is starting in 15 minutes. Oh, thank goodness you send me a text message and a link. Duke, there I am. Do not feel like you need to be everywhere. Please do not feel like you have to be everywhere. Because if you are feeling like you have more training than time to execute it, we need to reassess the rocks. Okay? Because the only things that are going to drive your business forward are the actual impact producing activity, which is going to be your reach outs, your follow-up, your posting, your sharing, those kinds of things. Also, a rock needs to be remembering to take your products. Has anyone ever gone a week where they're like, hey, I'm feeling a little funky, like, I don't know what's going on. And then you're like, oh, I don't remember the last time I took my, and then your husband goes, honey, have you been taking your X Factor? Like, are we out? Can you show me how to order that for you? Bless his heart. Bless his heart. That was 6 years ago that he said that to me. And it was in that crouched down position. Like he was just trying to not, like he needed to be able to run in case I said something. Hormone balance is so important. But sometimes we get, right? Absolutely. That's awesome. Cam asked if I took my Vital Biome today. That's super funny. Yep. It's fine. We're all imperfect humans and we're trying to muddle our way through, and man, we're so thankful. And sometimes we just simply need a reminder as to why we take our supplements. Sometimes it hurts. Other times, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So guys, this is a process. Figuring out how this fits into your life is not going to happen overnight. You are not magically going to get to do a new program. Anybody ever started working out and then stopped and just totally fell off the wagon? Anybody? It's a process, right? Ladies, I see 2 ladies that I have in here. There's 2. Who else do I have? Who are in our intensive IPA group. Do you guys feel like you have it cased yet? It's been a week. Do you have it cased? No, but we're learning. We're learning and we're figuring it out and we're going to make it all fit in and we're going to feel fantastic, right? If you don't stretch, you don't grow. So the other thing that I'm asking for you guys that is so important with your business, so important. Like guys, this is the key. Have you ever wanted the key to business? This may not be the key, it's a key. Grace. You need to be willing to extend grace to yourself. Grace to yourself when you don't get it all done. When you leave a rock out of the jar, when something, overthrows your plans. We need grace because we can start all over again. We can start over again tomorrow. The blessing and the curse of this business is at the end of the day, you are holding the bag. You are responsible for everything that has happened or not happened in your business. You are responsible for the wins and you're responsible for the losses, right? And it's a blessing and a curse because you are the one. You are the one there holding the responsibility, right? The other piece is, and Sherry's wisdom just rings in my brain, and I can't remember where we heard this from, Sherry, and I used this example last week, I think too, was the idea of writing down your wins. When you have a day where you feel like you've got nothing accomplished, you feel like you've totally fallen flat in some area, make sure you get into the habit of writing out the things that went well that day. You will always find there is more to be thankful for than you realized, or more things went well than you realized. All right. So with that, and Cody's jumping ahead of me and I love it. We are going to start a Fab 5 IPA group. If you are not wanting to run like somebody is chasing you with a rabid dog, that's okay. We want to be here with you. If you just want to jog and do your Plexus business, we're here for you. If you want to walk and do your Plexus business, we're here for you. If you don't want to do a Plexus business, but you know a couple people, sister friend, we are here for you. Like, can we say we are here for you in whatever capacity you want this business to look like? Okay. And there is nothing in this business that you cannot learn on your own, right? Don't wait for a leader to teach you, you guys. Don't wait. Oh, gee, I really wish that this would happen. Or I really wish that we could have in-person events again. Or I really wish that we could fly to Mexico. I'm talking like big event. We're going to have a huge event in Watrous. It's going to be massive. Don't wait, right? Oh, I really wish corporate would come up here. Yeah, don't matter. Just do it yourself, right? Don't wait. Don't wait, because the people you're waiting on aren't going to pay your bills. They're not going to take you to Disneyland. They're not going to buy you the new shoes or your car the new tires or retire your husband or put the kids through college or buy you a dog. Some of us like that. You guys need to be the masters of your own destiny. If there's something that you cannot figure out, everything is on the internet, you guys. I remember when I started network marketing, we listened to cassette tapes in our cars of trainings. And I know Sherry still has a whole bunch, but that's how we got our stuff. And we passed the cassette tape around to different people until everyone had heard the message. And now I figured, like, if we could just time warp back like 20 years to the network marketers 20 years ago and be like, look at all the tools you have, they'd fall over dead and be like, why isn't everyone a six-figure earner in their company for all the tools that we have? Right? So we are going to start this IPA challenge, or not challenge. We're going to start the IPA support group this week, starting tomorrow. Oh, sorry, almost choked on nothing. Air. It's a talent, really. I would love to say I'm just like all of you, but not everybody can choke on air. So if you want a walk or a jog pace IPA impact producing activity, we would welcome you to join us in a chat group that will be focused on IPA. Sometimes we will put videos in there that will be helpful for you for the day. Sometimes it'll just be a, hey, we need a check-in for today, or hey, I want to hear your wins for today. Mostly the reason that we do these chat groups is because we want you to know that you're not alone. So if you would put in the comments again for me, who is interested in being in the Fab 5, okay, IPA group, we will get that set up tomorrow. That is a rock for me, I promise. Amy Linda. Okay, thanks, Diana. I will put Karen with a question mark. She's already been on 2 calls tonight. This one ends the other one, which was great. Hey, by the way, we have our How to Make Money with Plexus Zoom coming up on Thursday. These are always so much fun. Sherry kept us in line tonight. It was great. We tried to have it be done in 30 minutes. It was not quite 30 minutes, it was a little bit over, but it's going to be great. The recording will be posted in Team Awesome, I believe. So if you have someone who missed it, you can either add them to Team Awesome if they're already an ambassador, or you can share the link with them as well. They're so great for building belief. And if you have people who are new who want to know how to do the business, invite them on Thursday. Like, there's not going to be anything super scary about it. Everyone's just going to be sharing a little bit of their story. We're going to show you what kind of money you can make. And yeah, it'll be a fantastic, fantastic time. So guys, get your planners out. Put your rocks in your planner. Put your rocks in your planner. Don't keep them in your pockets like my kids do. Sorry, I'm just writing down names. but put your rocks in your planner. And yeah, I will say this again, and I always say this, as a recovering, what do I say? A recovering type 7, I will always be a 7, but a recovering unhealthy 7 who felt like scheduling was death to the soul. Anybody here be like, don't schedule me. You are like clipping my wings. It's driving me crazy. Don't give me a list to follow. Don't give me any of those things because I just like freedom. That's me. Or somebody says, oh, I don't do schedules well. You can do schedules well. Sorry, I'm just watching the dog. That was fantastic. Emily, how are you doing, babe? You're good? Awesome. Oh, puppy. Okay. Guys, schedules mean freedom. It means you get to put in there, like if you have a rock that you're like, you know what, I just need an hour of silence, laying on my bed and hearing nothing. Schedule it in. I can't guarantee you'll get it if you've got little kids in the house, but you can sure as heck try to schedule it in, right? Or maybe you really want to go get your nails done, or maybe you really, really want to take your camera outside and take a walk. Schedule it in so it becomes a rock and you get to do the things you want to do. Guys, this is true time flexibility. You can have this job, this income opportunity, and make it look however you want to. But if you are not intentional with your time, I promise you, it will run you instead of you running your job. If you do not have the notifications managed on your phone, it will run you instead of you running your business. If you do not have boundaries for when you are going to answer messages or when you are going to do reach outs or when, like all those kinds of things, they won't get done or they will overrun you. Nicole saying, do you categorize rocks by importance or length of project? By importance. The things that are absolute immovable things that need to go in your day, those are the massive rocks, right? So like my grocery shopping thing, I was saying was a pebble. If you have no milk in your fridge, Nicole, that's a rock, right? Like, or, you got no eggs and you're planning on having eggs for supper. That's a rock. You got to go get those groceries, or eggs and toast is just going to be toast. Right? So yeah, that would be what I would say. Okay. And Sherry.
I want to encourage everyone to join us in Watrous. I'd like you to think about that on your schedule. It's going to be an in-person event. We're doing trainings. We're doing all the things. And there's information in Grow about it. So you can figure out whether it's a fit for you. And we're just really hoping that everybody will come and join us and we'll all learn together.
Absolutely. Sherry, do they have to, the information is in there as far as like registering because you guys have a certain number
There's
of
a registration fee because we've got a big conference room. We're providing lunch. So yeah, there's a registration fee. I'll just drop my email. Oh, no, that's not going to drop my email in there. I'm going to have to type my email in there. But the registration fee is just transfer it to my email.
Okay.
Some of us are staying overnight, Friday night and Saturday night. But the event is for the day on Saturday, starting at 9:30 in the morning. And we'll run 9:30 to 12:30, 1:30 to 4:30. We are going to have a sip and share in the evening. So we would encourage you to invite your people, invite anyone to come, whether you can come or not, invite them to come. We'll make sure they're hooked up with you. And if by chance you've been talking to somebody in that Watrous region, be sure you're talking to them because we're advertising, we're sending out postcards in the mail. We are encouraging people to come and learn more about Plexus.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to come and see you all and do the things. Oh, it's been forever since we've had a sip and share. I know. Feeling itchy.
And if you don't know what a sip and share is, come and see. See what it is.
I'm even going to see if I can get Nolan to come.
Yeah. Actually, I had somebody else today say, will there be men there? And I'm like, I hope so. Yes. I've had some guys say, I hope it to be done silaging. So yes.
Yep.
If I could say he was coming, that would be awesome.
I will check. I'll check his schedule and see where he's at. See if we can make him magically appear. Yeah, that would be awesome. So for any of you guys who are too far away, we love you and miss you, and promise to like leave an empty chair in your memory. But just so you know, there is a chair for you if you were ever going to come to Watrous, Saskatchewan from the United States, or
You can actually fly into Saskatoon. It's not that far. There's all sorts of options. I've got Alberta people that are here tonight that are registered, that are coming. We're going to try, and this is just between the faces here, we're going to try and do something virtually for those that aren't there. We don't have the technology figured out yet, and it probably won't be 100% of the event, and it's going to involve some shenanigans. So fingers crossed, we put that together.
We did do something like that the last time, so we'll have to try to see. I know you guys are always, you've got all of your brains put together and you'll figure it out. So anyway, guys, I'm so excited. Also, if you have not put your goals into the goal setting post in the Leader Lounge yet that Sherry did, please go ahead and do that and go comment on each other's goals, because that's really exciting. And it also makes it a little bit more real, right, Diana? So if you're like, I'm going to sponsor 19 people this month and nobody commented, you'd be like, nobody saw it. It's just fine. But if everybody was like, Diana, I'm so excited for you. And then, you know, Chelsea knows your goal. And so like 3 days later, she's like, Diana, how are you planning on getting 19 people this month? I have to know, because I really wanted 19 people too. Guys, I'm saying 19 because that's absurd. I really wanted to get 3 people too. And I would love to know what your plan is. Like, how are you doing this, right? Collaboration is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right, guys, thank you so incredibly much for